My name is David Weisbroad, and in 1971, I was the director of the Bangladesh Information Center. We were a citizens group focused on influencing American foreign policy during the time of the crackdown by the Pakistanis in March of 1971. At that time, the U.S. government was tilting toward Pakistan, providing economic and military assistance, and a wide group of people came together, mainly Americans, and then we were joined by some very extraordinary Bengalis to lobby on Capitol Hill and to promote an amendment to the foreign aid bill called the Saxby-Church Amendment, which would stop foreign aid to Pakistan. We were research scientists and doctors who had lived and worked in Bangladesh and who had witnessed the events in 1971. We were academics, we were intellectuals. In my own case, I was a student, a graduate student that had stopped graduate school abruptly and went to Washington, D.C. to join this effort and to work with this wonderful collection of very committed and talented people. We were seeing an injustice of a magnitude that I have never observed in my whole life and never hope to ever observe in the future. And I was taught that you just cannot be silent in the face of such an injustice. Here was a people who had won an election, a fair and well-administered election, and by all rights should have assumed the office that they were elected to assume, when all of a sudden in March 1st, the Pakistani government did not allow Parliament to sit and came in the 25th, brutally cracked down, exterminated people, committed acts of genocide. You cannot be silent in the face of such events. The impact that we had, I would like to think, was to stop the economic aid that was going toward Pakistan. Our view was that America should be, at best, at a minimum, neutral in this event. That we could not provide aid to Pakistan, economic or otherwise, because we really support the troops and support the brutality that was being caused. So our amendment was passed. It was bilateral. In those days, you could do those things, both the Republicans and Democrats. It was eventually signed into law by the president, then President Nixon. So we had a small impact, I think, in helping. But I think also it was one forum to express the view of the people of the United States in solidarity and in support of the Bengalis. I've talked while I'm here in Bangladesh with Mukti Bahini and people who are really doing the fight on the ground. And I think they were aware of the support that they had from people all over the world. And so this was one way for some of us to express that support and to take action to do things that we believed in. Senator Kennedy was a wonderful supporter of what we were trying to do. He held hearings. He chaired the Refugee Committee. He had visited Bangladesh. He was an articulate, eloquent, passionate believer in the freedom of the Bengali people and in making sure that the American system supported what was right and just. And by the way, what was also inevitable. It was very clear back then that the inevitability of an independent Bangladesh was preordained. There are a few countries I can think of that would extend themselves, as has Bangladesh, to open their arms and greet people from all over the world in an event like this. But in and of itself, that's an extraordinary thing. My own feeling is one of deep emotion and deep pride in the little small role we play, but I think it just brings back some of the feelings of commitment and working day and night for a cause you believe in. Anyone who can do that, who has the chance to do that, to work day and night for a cause you believe in, and then to see that cause unfold and be successful, it's more than a thrill of a lifetime. It's an experience of a lifetime. So that's how I feel today. Deeply passionate, deeply warm toward my fellow friends here in Bangladesh, and exhilarated.